Hi everyone, and welcome to the Shape Your Future Healthy Kitchen, sponsored by T-Set. I'm Heidi. I am here with Chef Val from OUTU School of Community Medicine. Always so much fun to have you here and learn so many new things. So, what are we learning today?
So these are Blackberry bars. So
Okay.
you make a really simple crust. The top and the bottom are exactly the same, and then in between there, we're going to sandwich some fresh blackberries.
Okay.
You could use frozen. You could use cherries, mango, blueberries, peaches. This is not specific to blackberries, but we're using them because they're in season.
Okay, so it's
Okay.
like kind of a make your own favorite fruit
Right.
with the base layer.
All right, so we're going with 2 pints of fresh blackberries.
Okay.
2 tablespoons of
Would you use
cornstarch.
about the same amount? Sorry, didn't mean to cut
Yeah,
you
you
off.
always use exactly the
Exact
same amount.
same,
It
whether
doesn't-
it's frozen, fresh?
Yeah, it doesn't
Okay.
have anything to do with it, yeah. And then some lemon juice and lemon zest, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar,
Okay.
and some honey. And that is all just gonna get stirred together. So this just gets stirred together well, but we're gonna set it aside while
Okay.
I stir up the crust and the topping ingredients. So then we're
Okay.
gonna go with some whole oats, some oat flour, and the oat flour, you can just stick this in your blender or food processor, and it doesn't matter if it gets powder fine. We just want it to be a little bit finer than the oats.
Blend
And
in.
yeah, so, and you can, if you're not trying to eat, eat gluten-free,
Right.
then you could use just some flour, whole wheat flour.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's optional as well, just depending on what you have or what works better for you.
Pinch of salt, some baking powder. Now I'm gonna stir that just a tiny bit
And this is all the dry ingredients at the moment.
at the moment, and then we're adding the wet ingredients, so we have a crust that'll kind of stick together. Okay, so now that we have this all blended up,
Okay.
we're gonna put about half of it in the bottom of our pan, and you can see that I sprayed it with a little bit of pan spray.
Okay.
And just use your fork to kind of make a crust on the bottom. And if we had a little more time, I'd be a little more careful and get,
We're getting the idea.
yes,
The magic.
yes. But you do want it to be a somewhat solid layer.
Okay, so a solid base that you're putting on there.
Yeah, all right, and so then remember that we have our water, cornstarch, and that's gonna kind of make it like, I don't wanna say jelly, but it is gonna make it kind of stick together and be like a pie filling almost.
Okay.
We'll try to make somewhat of an even layer of the topping, the top
Okay.
crust.
So you're just evening it out to
Yep.
kind of create a top layer.
Yeah, and I think it works well to mash it down a little bit. And then this is just gonna bake in the oven at 350 degrees. And then let them sit completely until they're cool.
Okay. And then you have this finished result, which is beautiful, and I get to take a bite, which I love that part all the time.
And if you love blackberries, great. But again, if you don't love blackberries, use another fruit.
I
Right?
know, blackberry is great, but I see what you mean. Like you could do any other, I'm
Right.
still eating.
Yes.
Okay, this is really good and it's perfect for summer, so thank you. If you want to learn more about this recipe or any of the other recipes, go ahead and head to kjrh.com.